it's Hardaway in at the 3 spot. And for the Nets, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Irving. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 spot. Curry against Dinwiddie. Here's Porzingis. Dinwiddie with the rebound. Brooklyn with the ball. Now coming into the league with immense potential. Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it. Already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Back to Doncic. And they double up Doncic. Passes to Hardaway. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Clock at 6. Here's Porzingis. That shot off the mark. Nice D from Durant. And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. The kick out to Irving. Right wing. Dinwiddie passes to Irving. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Irving's got 6.
Irving knocking down that 3. Textbook form, too. Never rushes anything. Mechanics are efficient and effective.
Irving against Doncic. Hardaway, that's a 2-pointer. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
LeVert kicks to Irving. Back to LeVert. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Right side Curry. Powell finds Curry.
You know, that's a quick 0 for 4 now. At what point do you call a timeout and reset?
LeVert in the corner. On the wing, Irving. And he makes good on the layup. Irving's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Oh, great ball movement there.
For Dallas, they've gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Well, I like this young man, Jared Allen. He's still working to find consistency in his offensive game. He's a really good leaper and finishes at the rim, protects the rim. But his strength right now, which will always be his strength, I think, is his defense. He's outstanding at that end of the floor.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Powell dishes to Doncic. Curry is inside. Dinwiddie covering.
And Clark, with Allen, he's still young, and the comfort on offense has yet to really find it.
Yeah, and you know what? I think he's really scratching the surface there, Greg. I mean, this kid is only played 1 year in college. He's shown you that he can defend at a high level. And he looks like he's a worker, so I think his offensive game will ultimately catch up with his defense.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
The shot misses. Nice D from Durant. And here are the Nets. They're on a 14-2 run here. Irving against Doncic. Irving double team. Here's Allen. Outside for Durant. Fires for 3. And the Nets another 3.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Porzingis high post. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Tell you what, for a young player, Doncic has already shown tremendous skill and feel for the game. Beautiful floor awareness there.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And boy, he did not hesitate LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Hands it from downtown. Irving's got 11 points.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Right, the pass to Cauley-Stein. 1:15 left in the first quarter of the game. Wright from outside buries the long-range jumper. Wright's got his second basket of the game.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And the rejection by Cauley-Stein. Finney-Smith kicks to Cauley-Stein. Now here's Jordan. Harris outside. It's Chandler high post. Back to Harris. Chandler outside. Inside and stolen by Cauley-Stein. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Brunson, good. And here's Chandler who brings it up for Brooklyn. 11-point game.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
From deep three-point range, and the Nets another 3.
Boy, his flair for the spectacular has you holding your breath every time Kyrie has the ball.
The rebound by the Nets. Chandler inside the line, and that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets. May not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Nets?
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And Brooklyn looking who they've got on the perimeter, Harris and Prince. Jordan is out there with Wilson Chandler, and it's Irving in at the point guard. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Dinwiddie's checked in for the Nets. Dallas also making some changes. Zinkis, he's checked in for Cauley-Stein. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Luka Doncic subbed in for DeLon Wright. And it's Doncic missing. Nets leading by 23. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
The only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shoot out this team.
And the Mavericks call time here.
And as expected, Kevin Durant sitting out all of last season, recovering from the Achilles injury. Glad to to see him back on the floor.
I agree with you, and it was absolutely a no-brainer for Kevin to sit out the season. That type of injury, you give it all the time you need, and the Nets knew that. They knew when the deal was done that he was going to most likely miss the season, and yet they did the right thing. And when you have a guy like KD, you want to make sure you're not rushing him back. You want him fully ready when it's time for him to go.
For Dallas, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Hardaway passes to Doncic. And they pick up 2.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Nets.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, "We can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop." Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
Team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. Curry looking around. He dishes it to Powell. And there it is for him. Powell's got his first points of the game.
Yeah, Powell showing you right there that he can play through contact. Very physical and good concentration, too, to get that up and down.
LeVert finds KD. In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Shot clock at 6. For 3, Durant.
And after that solid opening quarter, you can see now he is definitely starting to cool off.
Again, the Mavericks score.
Seth Curry's game in the mid-range area continues to look better, taking advantage of all opportunities.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. And Dinwiddie gets it to go on the assist by Allen.
You know, on defense, even on an inbounds play, you can't leave three-point shooters alone on the perimeter. They paid for it there.
Doncic outside. Outside for Curry. And another shot. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
Boy, an excellent shooter. Seth Curry takes pride in spraying you from this spot.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And Clark, the second time was the charm for Seth Curry. Last season, he returned to Dallas after they let him go to Portland for a year.
Greg, sometimes we've seen it on the court, sometimes we see it in life. I mean, you don't miss something until you don't have it. And Seth is more than just a shooter. He's a great shooter, and he's also a very reliable ball handler. He's unselfish. He doesn't take anything for granted. He plays hungry, and Dallas realized the mistake they'd made and went about correcting it. And all Powell needs is good positioning inside, and when he does get it, he's throwing it down.
KD's shot is good.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Mavericks shooting their first free throw of the evening. And so he hits the technical free throw. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. But what are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but, you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental, and I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
And it's sent back by Allen.
Don't challenge him. Get that out of here. Allen's almost 7 feet now. He's got excellent timing,